Good morning, Sully.
What's happening, boss?
Hey, man, I'm enjoying the holiday. I'm back home in Virginia and loving every minute of this the football.
We got a little bit of a scratchy connection. Are you out in the woods there or what?
Yeah, a little bit.
So did you miss the Thanksgiving football? Did you spend the holiday down there?
No, I was at Camden and Wilson.
Oh, okay.
Sully.
And you
was
headed out right
game.
after the game?
Yeah, I filed and hit the road. Great game. These two teams, and I kind of wrote about it leading up to it. A lot of bragging rights, and they're real bragging rights. A lot of talk going back both ways. The administrators, it's just like one big, everybody's got to be there, classic type of game. And it was pretty close. 8-6, Camden wins. Wilson did not start Nick Cargman, their quarterback, who will definitely start against Delsey in the championship out of a precaution. But
right,
it was a fun time, definitely.
Yeah, that's a real neat rivalry. Kind of two schools in the same town there, and those folks get real fired up over high school football. So it's got to be a great atmosphere out there.
Oh, it was wonderful. There were so many. Had the tailgate going. The sun was out. There were tons of people there, and to see these kids who grew up playing together play against each other, they all know every one of them.
Sure, yeah.
In Camden, nowadays in Camden, there's just the ties run so deep that these guys know each other. If you look at Preston Brown, Wilson's coach, he was Camden's defensive or offensive coordinator for a couple of years. And his brother is the defensive coordinator at Camden now. They both played at Wilson. When they were at Wilson, one of their assistant coaches is Dwayne Savage, who's Camden's coach now. So, it's just a lot of crossover.
Yeah, I'm sure there's all kind of cousins and stuff like that playing against each other. These kids all grow up together in the same town.
Oh, definitely. And it was a lot of fun. Camden's kind of had the better half of it recently. I think they've won 5 of the last 6, but Wilson gets to play in the championship next weekend. So, I know that they obviously want to beat Camden, but they would rather have the championship.
So did you make it down to Virginia in time for the Thanksgiving dinner? Did they hold off and wait for you?
Well, the great thing about my family, and they're the best family in the whole world, is they push it back to Friday.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So I eat Turkey Day on the day after Turkey Day.
Now we asked Mike McGarry this question. What's your go-to side dish?
Sweet potatoes.
Yeah? Yeah, you're from down south. They like the sweet potatoes down there.
Yeah, I would say the sweet potatoes.
The yams.
Yeah, they're. I never make them. I never make sweet potatoes, man. And I never really order them. It's just like once a year, I find them again, and I'm reunited. It feels so good, as they say.
I'm pretty traditional. I got to have the mashed potatoes, the stuffing, and the green beans.
I'm all in on mashed potatoes. The green beans I love as well. The stuffing I can, but more power to you.
What do you think of the Thanksgiving rivalries? I know a lot of teams have done away with them in the past couple of years and in the last 10 years or so, but I kind of like them. I think it's neat to get the whole town out there on Thanksgiving morning, and you get all those alumni coming out. It's really cool for a lot of these towns. I think a lot of teams should keep them or go back to them. I know teams like St. Joe and Hamilton don't play anymore, and a couple other schools in the South Jersey area. But I really like them. I think they're great for the towns and the programs and the communities.
Yeah, I think it's a very interesting event that is unique to that area. They do not have them in Virginia. When I moved there and started covering sports in South Jersey, I couldn't understand it. But it is a good event. It's a lot of fun. I wish they could find some way to manufacture a state championship. I would rather have that than a Turkey Day game. But if you kind of push back the beginning of the playoffs and you started the season maybe a week earlier, then I think you could probably still have your Turkey Day game if you had a state championship.
Right.
Except for the teams who were in the playoffs still, which at that point would be, I don't know, a handful of teams. And then maybe their rivals could play each other. Or if they wanted to play at the end of the season, they could do that. I just would rather see a champion. You know?
Yeah, most other states, they come down to one champion in each group. You know, they'll have like the East champion versus the West champion, like in North Carolina, or, you know, North versus South, whatever, that kind of thing. You know, New Jersey is one of the few states that really only stops at sectionals.
Yeah, and it's ridiculous because they don't do that in other sports. And I don't think it's fair to the kids that you win a championship. Can't call it. I know they call it a state championship, but it's not. It's a sectional championship. You 4 teams win a championship. I mean, let's play it down. Let's play 2 more games, or let's, you know, cut the playoffs. You know, cut play states. I don't know how you do it necessarily, but I do love the Turkey Day atmosphere and all that comes with it. But overall, I just think it would be really cool to have a state champion. And if you had to sacrifice Turkey Day for that, I might be for that.
Talking to Mark Trible of the Courier-Post. And, Mark, looking ahead to next weekend, what games jump off the map at you? And I know there's a lot of great matchups both on Saturday and Sunday over at Rowan.
I think Pennsgrove-Paulsboro will be great, Group 1. Pennsgrove's playing at a really high level right now. You know, Paulsboro got a couple scares the first 2 rounds against Pennsville and then against Salem. Paulsboro's always there. Pennsgrove, I think, has 1 sectional championship ever. That would be 2012 with that high-scoring offense under Kemp Carr, and now John Emble's there. And I would love to see that game. I think it's got a lot of plot lines to it. West Deptford, Haddonfield certainly should be a great game. It always is when they play. We're used to it. And then, you know, St. Joe, you know, looking for their revenge against Mater Day, and Spirit couldn't quite get there. So, you know, St. Joe in the championship should be great. But the game that intrigues me the most, I would say, is Group 5 in Lenape RV, because Lenape's playing at such a high level. And, you know, earlier this year I was there when RV won 10-7. They have Iverson Clement, who took the punt back against Millville to win it, and really can do anything on the football field. Can he be enough? Or is this Lenape team just clicking on too many cylinders to be stopped?
I got to believe the coach is going to say to the punter, you better get that ball out of bounds.
No, they won't. There's no way. There is no way. If they do, it's a complete accident.
Yep.
Or they're winning by so many points, it doesn't matter. Which, when you look at what they've done recently, that would seem blasphemous to say after the first time they played. But you look at what they've done recently, 45-0, I think, over Shawnee on Turkey Day. JoJo Kellum had, I think, like 300-some yards, 6 touchdowns against Howe. They hammered Vineland, shut them out. Lenape's playing probably the best football outside of St. Joe in South Jersey.
Yeah, definitely going to be some really great games, and it's a great weekend. You have 3 games each day, starting at 11, and you have a 2:30, then a 6 p.m., and a really cool day Sunday for anybody interested in Hamilton football, because you got St. Joe at 2:30, then Hamilton at 6, so a nice little back-to-back there for Hamilton football fans.
Yeah, they might have blueberries at the snack stand. You never know.
Yep.
Or maybe they'll find a way to appease the natives.
Blueberry pie or something.
Yeah. Yeah, or maybe if anybody's lucky, I think it's Bruni's Pizza. Is it? That's the best. You know, maybe they'll bring down some pizza.
Good stuff, Mark. We'll let you get rolling. I know you want to get back to your weekend with your family. Thanks for taking a few minutes. We'll dive more into these games next Saturday morning, kind of break down some of the X's and O's and see what's up with these teams as they head into the state championship weekend. But we appreciate you taking a few minutes, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Thanks as always, Sully. You too, man.
All right, have a good one, bud.
Yeah.
That was Mark Trible of the Courier-Post.